This data looks at the trends of deaths in very hot and very cold weather since 1988. First, let's look at the impact of hot weather on the number of deaths. In the past 35 years, there's been more than 50,000 deaths in England and 2,000 deaths in Wales linked to hot weather. Crucially, this new data shows us that there were more than 4,500 deaths on hot days in 2022. That's the highest number since records began, and more deaths than the last estimated peak back in 1995. Since 1990, the number of deaths on the hottest days have more than doubled on a 3-year average. That's what this green line here shows you. Now let's take a look at the number of deaths on the coldest days. Colder weather caused more deaths in the past 35 years than hot weather, with nearly 200,000 deaths estimated in England and more than 16,000 in Wales. However, last year, there was just over 1,200 deaths linked to the cold. That's the second lowest on record. What the report found out was that both very low and very high temperatures had higher mortality risks, with temperatures below -5 and above 25 degrees Celsius representing the greatest risk across England and Wales. The highest mortality risk was in London for temperatures exceeding 29 degrees Celsius, where mortality risk was 3 times the risk at optimal temperatures. This is clear when you look at the regional breakdown across England. While all regions showed increased mortality risk for temperatures greater than 22 degrees Celsius, more people died in London because of the heat in comparison to the rest of the country. However, that's not the same for the cold, with the southeast of England the top of the region for cold-related deaths. The head of the Climate Change and Health Unit at the World Health Organization, Dr. Campbell Landrum, says a warming planet and an aging population is the perfect storm.
If you increase the average temperature just by a degree or so, it has a disproportionate effect on the extremes. So even that modest change in average conditions leads to extreme heat days going up by, it can be a multiple of 5 or 10 or 20 times.
So this data will be used by health leaders to better plan health strategies through extreme weather events and to protect our most vulnerable.